Hi, Alyssa. How are you today?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
Good, thanks. So, what brings you in today?
So, my mom found out that I was cutting and she got really upset. And it's not like I cut deep or anything, and I don't do it very often, but she got mad and she said I needed to see a therapist. So,
Okay.
I'm here.
So, just so I understand a little bit about exactly your situation, you recently started to cut, or has this been going on for a period of time?
Well, I mean, the cutting, I started, I don't know, a few months ago maybe, but I would like get really mad sometimes and I'd hit myself or I'd like twist my fingers or sometimes I'd pinch myself when I'd get really upset and I don't know why it made me feel better. So, I mean, I've been doing it that probably since I was like 10 or 11, somewhere around there. I remember
Okay.
being in 5th grade. So,
Okay. And do you remember what was taking place around that time when you started, or?
I I mean, my parents used to argue a lot before they got divorced. They're divorced now. I live with my mom, and I
Hmm.
see my dad on the weekends most of the time. But I mean, he works a lot. My mom works a lot too, so I'm home alone a lot.
Okay.
I don't have like a lot of friends or people that I can talk to. Um, so
Okay.
I mean, I remember getting really mad and like pinching myself, and then just feeling better after that happened.
Okay. So talk a little bit about that when you would pinch yourself. How would that, what kind of feelings do you think were associated with that? Like what kind of,
I was really mad. I would
mm,
just get really mad, and it was like I don't know. I couldn't say how mad I was because like my parents were arguing, and it's not like you're gonna interrupt your mom and dad when they're fighting and tell them that you're
mm-hmm,
upset.
mm,
So I would just go to my room and I'd write and I'd draw, and sometimes I'd like scream in my pillow and I'd get really upset. And then I remember hitting my door once, and it felt really good getting that out. But I don't want to like hit things or break things because if
mm-hmm,
I broke something, I'd probably get in a lot of trouble.
mm,
Um, so that's when I started hurting myself. And I realized that um, sometimes cutting or scratching myself feels a little bit better than just hitting myself.
okay. So going back, and if, do you mind if we talk a little bit about the time when parents separated?
No, I guess that's okay.
Okay. So around that time, what were some feelings associated about around that situation?
I was really scared. I don't have any siblings. It's just me, and I thought that maybe if Dad moved out, I wouldn't see him that much,
Mm-hmm,
and I don't see him that much, so I was right.
mm-hmm,
But I thought that I was like gonna lose them,
mm,
so I was pretty scared and
mm-hmm.
upset about that.
So the the cutting that provides a sense of relief for you. You feel like you're able to control certain aspects of how you're feeling.
I didn't really look at it that way, but I guess so, yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel about journaling and writing? You mentioned those as some of the ways that you're able to express yourself. Did that provide a positive experience for you?
I like to write like poems and stuff and like draw things, but like that gets the feeling out, but it doesn't fix it. Like I can write about being sad all day, but it doesn't make me any less sad, or being
So,
angry and it doesn't make me any less angry.
okay. So when you say fix it, what do you mean by that?
Um, I don't know, fix the situation. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to make my parents get back together.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm still alone a lot and I'm not very popular. I don't have a lot of friends and like it's embarrassing because now I have scars on my arm. I got to wear these bracelets to try to like cover it, and kids think that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like I don't know. I feel like I just can't fix any of it. I feel
Mm.
like
So you
stuck.
feel like you have an obligation to you feel like you have to fix something.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're not doing a very good job at fixing it.
They're not, okay, so you feel responsible for something that is going on between your parents.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they're not doing a good job at getting things together. I mean, they're
Mm-hmm.
not together anymore. They divorced, what, 3 years ago now?
Mm-hmm.
But they still argue all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I know they're not going to get back together, like, maybe they could at least stop fighting.
Mm-hmm. So I think you mentioned some really good things about some strategies that may help you to look at when if you feel like cutting. You mentioned journaling and you mentioned writing, and those are really great skills to have. And you sounds like something you're passionate about and that you enjoy doing.
Oh yeah, I really like that stuff. I like art class is my favorite class.
Yeah.
And sometimes my teacher lets me write stuff and like draw things around it, and then I can turn that in for assignments. That's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think would be different if you decided that maybe you did more journaling and writing versus participating versus cutting?
I feel like it's like a physical thing with the cutting. I don't know how to explain it. It's like my heart starts racing and I get like excited to have this like release that I don't get with art, like or writing. It's not like you get excited about writing a poem. I mean, it feels good because I can talk about how I'm feeling, but I don't get that like that
The physical
that rush, that release.
Okay. Well, what would you think about trying some alternatives to cutting?
I mean, I really haven't thought about it before, but I mean, I'm not totally opposed to it. I don't want to be in trouble, and I feel like I'm in trouble because I'm here.
I think that so it sounds like you aren't sure whether or not you want to stop cutting, but that you are open to ideas.
Well, I know it makes my mom really upset with me, and I don't want her to be upset with me. So I'll try different things because I don't want her to be mad. I mean, she's already mad all the time at my father. So like if I can do things to make her happy, then I'd be willing to do that. And I mean, I don't like having scars. It makes me feel really bad. So I'm not. I would try things. I don't know what to try.
So you say you don't like having scars and things like that. How would you feel if you didn't have scars? I mean, what are some feelings associated with not having scars related to the cutting?
I mean, I think I might feel better. I might feel like, I don't know, just better about myself. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of friends, so like, I don't really know. I'm not like popular or anything. And I mean, I try to get along with other kids, but I'm different.
But do you think that maybe this not having the scars would help too? Maybe sometimes I'm sensing that the scars kind of make you anxious.
They're embarrassing.
Yeah, embarrassed about, and maybe that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but interacting with peers or looking, maybe do you think that's impeding or preventing you from doing certain things outside your current environment?
I don't really like look at it like that. I just feel like embarrassed, like that I have them, because like, I mean, like other kids, they might have scars and stuff because they fell while playing basketball or something or on the playground as like a little kid, but like I caused mine. So like, I don't know. Sometimes people ask what happened, and I have to like make up this really elaborate story of what happened so I don't get made fun of.
Okay. So you were experiencing um, some social, are kids making like bullying? Are you being bullied in school?